Picture this. You're standing off to the side at a family gathering or a work event, and someone decides to wander over and chat. They mean well, but what comes out of their mouth sets your teeth on edge. It's yet another attempt to fit you into a neat little box, another push to open up about things you find personal, or demands to justify the way you live. As a Sigma male, you've mastered the art of staying true to yourself despite relentless pressure from the outside world. You're not interested in playing society's game or explaining your choices to everyone who crosses your path. Deep down, you've walked your own road, learned your own lessons, and you refuse to yield. This isn't about being rude or closed off. It's about protecting what you hold dear, your freedom and your authenticity. Society often pushes us to conform, to share our personal lives, or to justify our decisions to those who may not understand. But the Sigma male, standing apart from the crowd, values independence above all else, even if it means enduring these uncomfortable interactions. This is about embracing who you are and living by your own standards without apology. Number 1. Unsolicited advice on their life choices. Picture yourself sitting alone on a park bench, enjoying a quiet afternoon. You've put in hours, no years, developing your own sense of direction. You've tasted failure, savored success, and worked through countless midnight doubts. Every choice you've made, from how you approach work to the people you let into your life, has been thought through and is a reflection of your internal compass. You've done the research, you've faced the challenges, and you've made your peace with the path you've chosen. Then, a well-meaning acquaintance waltzes in, offering you advice you never asked for, suggesting a better way, or implying that you're doing it all wrong. They don't know the journey you've been on, nor do they understand where you've come from or where you're heading. It's like someone strolling into your workshop and rearranging your tools without asking, disrupting the delicate balance you've crafted over years of effort and introspection. Sigma males find such moments infuriating because they have learned to trust their own judgment. Every decision they make, whether big or small, comes from a place of self-reliance. They don't rely on the advice of others or seek validation from outside sources. They've worked hard to carve out a path that aligns with their authentic self. To them, unsolicited advice often feels like an intrusion, a well-meaning but misguided effort to impose someone else's perspective onto a life they have already carefully sculpted. The Sigma male values the freedom to choose his own path, to take responsibility for his decisions, and to learn from his mistakes and successes. When someone tries to hand them a script they never asked for, they'd rather toss it aside and carry on, forging their own legacy. Number 2. Forced discussions about emotions. Imagine a dimly lit living room at a gathering where everyone is expected to spill their guts for the sake of intimacy. The room buzzes with chatter, and there's an unspoken pressure to join in, to share personal emotions, to be vulnerable. But the Sigma male stands off to the side, arms folded, eyes observing. He's not emotionless, quite the opposite. He feels deeply, but he believes emotions should be processed in private, in spaces where they can be properly reflected upon, not displayed for the sake of others' expectations. To him, feelings are like seeds planted in secret soil. They take root in private, watered by honest self-reflection, and allowed to grow at their own pace. When someone corners him and insists he open up, it feels invasive, like they are trying to rip the seeds out of the ground before they've even sprouted. Emotions are deeply personal and require careful nurturing. The Sigma male knows that emotional vulnerability can only be given freely, not coerced. Forced emotional show and tell, especially in a setting where intimacy is cheapened by its performative nature, undermines what should be a naturally earned form of closeness. True emotional connections are built on trust and shared experiences, not on pushing someone to open up before they're ready. Number 3. Why they don't celebrate holidays or events like everyone else. Picture the holiday season in full swing, colorful lights, endless parties, and a social calendar crammed with obligations. Most people join this parade without question. They gather, they exchange pleasantries, and they go through the motions because that's what is expected. The holidays are framed as a time for joy, for family, and for connection. But the Sigma male, standing quietly apart, sees these events as hollow rituals if they hold no genuine meaning to him. It's not that he despises joy or connection, far from it. He simply refuses to pretend that a designated day on the calendar magically makes something meaningful. To him, authenticity comes from the sincerity of the moment, not from following prescribed norms. If the Sigma male celebrates, it's because the moment feels right. The company is chosen, the reason resonates deeply with his values, and the experience is genuine. He'd rather share a quiet meal with a close friend, savoring real conversation and connection, than join a noisy crowd celebrating for celebration's sake. In moments like this, his silence is not an indication of loneliness or discontent. Rather, it's a protest against the empty gestures that often accompany forced traditions. To him, authenticity is a rare and precious gift, one that he will not squander on hollow social conventions. Number 4. Why they avoid forced optimism. Imagine sitting in a conference room where the speaker insists that everyone chant affirmations and put on big smiles. There's a push for positivity, a demand for optimism, even in the face of struggles. A Sigma male sees right through that charade. He knows that life's ups and downs are part of the human experience, and that pretending otherwise is not only dishonest, but also counterproductive. True strength, he believes, comes from facing hardship head-on, acknowledging it, and learning from it. He understands that struggles and setbacks are an essential part of growth and development, and they are to be faced with realism, not blind optimism. For the Sigma male, forced positivity is a mask, a facade designed to hide the raw truth. Life's challenges are what shape real character. They are the grit that gives depth to personal growth. The world might call him cynical or negative, but he would argue it's not cynicism, it's simply honesty. He's not afraid to embrace the dark as well as the light, because it's in the darkness that true resilience is forged. Rather than sugarcoating hardship, he'd rather face it, wrestle with it, and come out stronger on the other side. The Sigma male understands that life's sour moments are just as important as the sweet ones. They provide contrast, teach valuable lessons, and ultimately make the sweet moments more meaningful. Number 5. Why they don't apologize for their standards. Visualize a coworker questioning why the Sigma male won't accept mediocre results on a project, or a friend hinting that he's too picky about the company he keeps. In these moments, the Sigma male stands firm. He doesn't apologize for his standards. They are not arbitrary. They are the result of years of self-reflection, experience, and a commitment to personal growth. His standards act as guardrails in his life, keeping him aligned with his values, and ensuring that he doesn't waste his time or energy on shallow endeavors or relationships that don't align with his authentic self. Each standard is carved from past lessons learned the hard way, and he refuses to compromise them for convenience. To the Sigma male, accepting anything less than his best effort, or surrounding himself with anything less than genuine relationships, would be a betrayal of his own integrity. If this makes him difficult to please or hard to impress, he's at peace with that. He understands that not everyone will meet his standards, and that's fine. His life is shaped by the decisions he makes, and those decisions are guided by the high standards he has set for himself. In a world that often encourages compromise and shortcuts, the Sigma male refuses to take the easy way out. He values authenticity and excellence over convenience, and he will not apologize for that. Number 6. Being asked about something extremely simple. Imagine standing in a hardware store aisle when someone steps up and asks a painfully basic question, something that a 2-second online search could easily answer. The Sigma male's teeth clench, and he feels a sense of frustration bubbling up. It's not about superiority, nor is it about belittling others. It's about efficiency, respect, and the value of one's time. To the Sigma male, clear thinking and self-sufficiency are virtues. He values his time and energy, and he respects others' time as well. Asking trivial questions when answers are readily available feels like an unnecessary distraction. While he understands the need for small talk, the Sigma male often finds it wasteful. He is driven by purpose and intent. Conversations that challenge the mind, that spark meaningful exchange, are the ones he values most. He craves discussions that go beyond the surface level and dive into deeper topics, conversations that explore new ideas, challenge assumptions, and encourage growth. Small talk, in contrast, feels like a drain on his intellectual energy. He seeks out conversations that push him to think, to reflect, and to expand his perspective. These are the moments that bring value to his life. Number 7. Overly personal questions. Imagine sharing a drink with an acquaintance who suddenly demands to know intimate details about your childhood, relationships, or inner struggles. For a Sigma male, such prying feels invasive. It's like someone barging through a locked door, someone who hasn't earned the right to know these things about him. He guards his personal life fiercely, allowing only a chosen few beyond the threshold of his private world. Privacy is power. It gives him the space to think independently and the freedom to evolve without outside meddling. When someone tries to pry into his personal world without earning his trust, the Sigma male retreats behind a wall of silence. He's not hiding anything, he's simply protecting what is his. The Sigma male understands the value of privacy, It allows him to reflect, to grow, and to maintain his sense of self. His personal world is sacred, and only those who truly understand and respect him are allowed in. When people try to push past that boundary, he stands firm, silently refusing to surrender what he holds dear. Number 8, their unusual career ambitions. Picture the puzzled faces of coworkers when the Sigma male shares his career plans. Maybe he's leaving a stable corporate job to start a niche artisan business, or turning down promotions to master a craft that few respect. Society has a tendency to fit every career path into neat, conventional categories. It seeks to measure success by easily recognizable metrics, titles, salaries, status. But the Sigma male refuses to conform to these societal expectations. His ambitions are driven by something much deeper than external validation. He seeks to create something meaningful, something that aligns with his core beliefs, even if it doesn't promise easy fame or quick riches. To the Sigma male, success isn't defined by what others think. It's defined by the satisfaction of knowing he is living authentically, that he is creating something that resonates with his values. When he shares his ambitions with others, he often finds himself met with confusion or judgment. But he doesn't explain himself. He doesn't feel the need to. He prefers to prove himself through action, to let the results speak for themselves. What others see as strange, he sees as authentic purpose. It is his own path, crafted from his values and his vision, and he is unapologetic about it. On a final note, do you agree with the points I mentioned in this video? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. For more deep dives into the Sigma male mindset, be sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching and being a part of our community. That's all in this video, soldier. Now go out, conquer the world, because you are the chosen one.